Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here, the nerdy attorney, to warn you about the rampant scams that are happening with Final Fantasy. Well, it's not really only Final Fantasy. All pre-release products are going to have ridiculous price fluctuation, but I'm seeing something I haven't seen in a little bit here, and that is buyouts. Lots and lots of buyouts. So I want to show you a few things of interest. First and foremost, if you watched my box opening video, you would have seen that I pulled this lovely Clyde Rosefield Vial Smasher, the Fierce Showcase from Final Fantasy in foil. When I scanned it up, that puppy came down to $300. And I quickly looked at TCG to check it out and realized, wait a second, this is not a $300 card. It's a $20 card, at the very least, $50 card. And I noticed that they were all bought out for low prices and then listed once more at very high prices, $313.48. My goodness. Clearly not worth that much. I saw similar things in the sorcery market, and the market never proved those price points. Here you can see the actual purchases, like I was showing. It is apparently an $85 card. Now, I can see that. It looks gorgeous in person. The art is lovely, but there have been some buyouts that are worth taking note. Outside of that, there are also cards that were extreme chases in the set. I don't think anybody realized, including myself, how hard it was going to be to pull a VV. I don't know how many box openings you have seen, but not very many VVs out in the wild, especially not in this lovely borderless treatment. But you can see here, jumped way up to 165 and then back on down. We have listings as low as $90, but a huge interest in this particular card. 77 sold, going all the way back to pre-release dates. Look at that, $92, going back up to $150. That seemed to be a good price point. Some poor sucker paid $200. I tell you what, he should have got the nerdy attorney on his side, and he would not have been caught paying more than he should have for these cards. Now, the foil versions, it appears like these are extreme chases. $240 is the price point for that one. We have 30 sales with an all-time high of nearly $400 for VV. This is the Ur-Dragon of this set. It is a new card with incredible power that I think is going to be played in many Commander formats, if not touching some others like Standard, but we'll have to see how that plays out. But we're going to take a break real quick here. Let me know in the comments, do you think that this set is behaving the same as other hyped sets like Tarkir or maybe even Lord of the Rings before that? Or do you think we're seeing something different here? Let me know. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Either way, a price point tested at $250 will probably stick around for some time. I don't see this dropping too much further. So this feels like a real price on an expensive special card. Now, the important part is if you want this treatment, you can get it for far less, as of course we know. But Wizards, I do think, has made a good call in trying to make more affordable versions of cards as opposed to only having really special chase cards. For example, look, you can go down for just a regular version. The pre-release is out, so is the extended art. But a simple version of this, $57. So that's really expensive for a normal, regular card still. I think we're going to see this drop quite a bit more as people open more boxes. Foil, apparently the same price as the normal. That is unusual. It seems we have not caught up with the price trends here. Let's see the prices. Some people paid $149, it says, is the all-time high for this card. Now we're down to about $57. So make sure you wait for the stabilization. I don't think I have to tell you this, but every pre-release card cycle has some extreme highs that will drop down as time goes along. But I do see that we're still trying to find the value of these sets. I mean, boxes haven't gone down in price, yet singles are going down in price. So soon those singles are going to have to adjust as people realize it's harder and harder to get these cards in your collection. Look at the Traveling Chocobo, borderless neon ink, which is the pink version here. $1,300 is the price with included shipping. How kind of them. 2 available at this seller, a big seller here, but more importantly, this price is tested. $1,400 and $1,600 for this card. Now, you're not going to pull one of these. It's very unlikely. If you do, it's going to be extreme luck. There's no guarantee. You can buy a case of these. However, at this price, if you really wanted the Traveling Chocobo and you don't care about the set, you just want the chase, this is the cost of 2 collector boxes right now. That seems to me like a great way to make sure you get that card if you have the firepower for 2 collector booster boxes. We'll have to see what happens with supply. There are not that many listed right now. So 12, a total of 12 available. And some people shooting for the moon, $9,000. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, if we just look at Final Fantasy generally, you check out the set, we look at the boxes, you see here the stock is very hard to find. Cases sold out. You're not going to get one. You want to get yourself a collector booster box. We're looking at $850 now. It's above $700. Look at that giant spike. The highest someone's paid, $900. 37 sold per day. Let that sink in. 37 per day. So the hype is still incredible. The box prices just keep going up, but we see the hits slowly making their way down. Now, interesting enough too, we do see price adjustments for cards. I don't think we thought were going to be as stellar and as sought after, but Cloud, for example, this Surge Foil dropping down from $295 for the Surge Foil treatment. But if you get Cloud, the regular version with the borderless but not Surge Foil, you can get it for $47. And the price is still plummeting. But the box prices are still going up. Is this the gold foil chocobo that everybody's waiting for? Is that why these prices keep going up? Because they're hoping to pull one of those gold foil chocobos? And then look, Cloud Midgard Mercenary, $81 for the foil. If you ask me, the Surge foils are gorgeous, but if you're looking for a good way to build out the collection, I don't see this card staying at $81. I think it's going to drop, and then in a year or two, it's going to be like the showcase scrolls from Lord of the Rings. Any of these borderless cards in foil, they look great in person. They're going to be sought after. And I do think the prices will eventually go back up. I bet you your best time to buy, like every set, is going to be 2 or 3 weeks after official release and the market gets flooded with regular cards. So either way, it's definitely something worth talking about, that this price is skyrocketing, yet singles are crashing. I don't think I've seen something like this before. For example, if we want to look at Magic again, we go back. Let's check Tarkir Dragonstorm, a set that I went into deep. I loved it. Let's see what the boxes looked like upon release. Right now, you can get, oh, that's not correct, $329. Unopened, oh, those are the mega collector boosters. I don't understand why people are selling those, especially at this listing. They should list them as their own thing. Well, this messes up the metrics for sure. But we do see that during pre-release, it spiked and then boom, 15th dropped off again, and then dropped real low in May when suddenly all that money left Tarkir and started flooding to Final Fantasy pre-orders. So I think this is a good example when you're looking at those cards. Now, if we want to see how the singles in that set did, let's check out some of the chases, like this Halo foil. We saw a drop and then boom, an incredible rise back up. Before the box price dropped, mind you, do you see that almost a full month before? These start tracking way, way up. My new philosophy on how to try and time this market, which, by the way, you're going to be sometimes right, sometimes wrong, but I do think there is still a methodology you can employ to try and find the cards you want at a price that makes sense. These are the Surge foil treatments, essentially. If you want to make an analog between the hit rates in Dragonstorm versus the hit rates in Final Fantasy, I would equate these beautiful Showcase Halo foil treatments as being the Surge foil borderless treatments. So let's use this as an example. We see pre-release happens. Within a week of actual release, it plummets to its all-time low of $291. Now, I'll draw your attention back to, let's go to Cloud, and let's do the Surge foil version of Cloud. I think this is going to be the best analog. Right now, we're watching the drop. We're a week out. You could put Elspeth and Cloud right next to each other in this treatment, and it's going to look identical. Now, here's the real question. When is the bottom? It's starting to level off here at $290 listed. Our chart has us at $340. Is this the bottom? As people buy more and more of these boxes and realize it's harder and harder to pull the particular cards you're looking for, I think we're going to see a reversal just like this. Interestingly enough, though, that reversal is going to happen while the box prices are still climbing, which is a perfect storm, in my opinion, for even more FOMO. So I point all of that out as a way to be careful during Final Fantasy pre-release season. If there's a card you need to have and you don't think you could live without it, it's probably a good time to buy it in the next 2 weeks or so, because I think we're going to be looking at reversals just like this on cards like Elspeth. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content. I'm still figuring things out here, but I love having you along for the journey. Hopefully, we can have some fun talking about Magic the Gathering together. Also, if you have any comments or questions or thoughts about how to improve the channel, or what sort of content or commentary you would want, please let me know in the comments below. Till next time, this is the Nerdy Attorney, and court is adjourned.